All right, guys, this is going to be the assembly video of an H&S G2LP 2-star tedder. I'm going to take you through the steps. Again, I don't have the assembly instructions that didn't come with it, so we're going to figure it out on our own here. I'll just walk you through the components. If you decide to buy something the way I did here, unassembled from the dealer, you just come home with a pickup load of pieces. So makes the hauling nice. You don't have to try to fit it on a trailer also, but you're going to get your center section here that comes all pre-assembled. I didn't do any assembly there. That was assembled right from the factory. I have my power takeoff shaft here. I have my hitch with your adjustment lever that's zip tied to the hitch. We've got our tedder arms, both left and right. They are a little bit different. Got a set of tires and axles there. We got a bag of hardware. We've got a shield. You have your wings to protect your tedder arms, and we have a center rod. So that should be all the parts. And then we've got an operator's manual. This tedder is made in both pull type and 3-point hitch, so you can get either configuration. 3-point hitch should sound nice for like groundhog holes and stuff that you can pick it up, being that this isn't hydraulic lift, but not a big deal. I went with the pull type anyway. So let's get an assembly going here. This is going to be pretty well real time. I'm not going to do any editing or any reshooting if I make a mistake. I'll take you guys right along as to how I think it should go together. We're going to start by putting the wheels on and the hitch. So we have these wheels here, and it's basically just a pre-assembled wheel, and there's a hole right there. And then we come over here to your axle here, and it's just a roll pin. I'm thinking the top is a roll pin, and they do give you 2 roll pins in the bag here, so I think it's just a matter of slipping them up in and hammering the roll pin in. So let's get to it. All right, so the machining on this is pretty good. Getting it in here, it's a little bit of fighting to get the axle here in this housing. And if you'll take notice, I am going to assemble this entire tedder with anti-seize. Any parts I put on, we're going to put anti-seize, just because it's going to save you time in the future if you ever have to take it apart. So I will keep the can of anti-seize handy as I assemble this, and any bolts or hardware or anything that gets put together on my end, it's going to get anti-seize. So I flipped it upside down here, and we got the hole there for the roll pin. So I'm going to hammer this roll pin in. Now, roll pins do have a tendency to fall out. Before I'm done with this project, I'll share a tip with you on how to keep these in, a little bit of a safety or a peace of mind thing that you can do to keep your roll pins from falling out. But let's see how hard it goes in. All right, so we've got our wheels on. We're just going by the picture on the front cover. These axle spindles, whatever you want to refer to them as, do go on the outside, and your tires go on the inside. So your tires are going to be on the center here. So we got them in, roll pins are in. I also put anti-seize on the roll pins because, take it from somebody who's had to remove some rusty roll pins before, it's not fun. So we've got anti-seize on them. So most guys might know this, but once you have this, your roll pin on, just as extra insurance so they don't fall out or work themselves loose, you take a piece of wire and you run it through the center of your roll pin out the one side, and then twist it tight, and then that'll help keep the roll pins in. We'll do that, but we'll do that once we get near the end of this project. So wheels are on. Next we're going to get looking at this hitch and get the hitch on and get it set on the ground. All right, so we just put this hitch on, just using common sense. There's 2 loops here with a long rod that goes through, and 2 pins on either end. I don't know if it's right yet. We may have to backtrack if it's wrong or if there's another step, but just looking on the first inspection, it seems right, so we're going to go with that and get this thing set on the floor now so we can start assembling some of the other pieces. All right, so when you don't have a step-by-step installation manual, your best bet is to find yourself a parts breakdown book. and this is in the end of the operator manual. So we got it on the floor here, and what we're going to do is this adjustment rod here. Just guessing, there's a loop right down here and a big bolt. There's only one bolt this size in the whole bag, so I'm gonna guess that that's where that goes. So let's get that assembled so we get this thing straight. All right, guys, I guess this is gonna have to go to part 2. I don't want to make it go to part 2, but we got an issue here. I'll just add it to the list of issues I've been having. It's getting to be normal. It wasn't until I set this tedder on the ground that I noticed these wheels aren't right. One is back further than the other. The wheels are supposed to be on the inside, but these spindles here, there must be a right and a left. When the dealer had these tedders come in, there were 2 in the crate, and these wheels were just thrown in loose. So I'm guessing I have 2 left wheels looking at it right now. I was trying to figure out if I'd swap them side to side. It isn't going to change anything, because you'll notice this spindle here, it's pitched forward, okay? That one, it's pitched back. The way these arms are on, it looks like there's a right and a left, the way these arms are. Unless I'm looking at something wrong, I'll post this video if somebody can see something, but I need the spindle to be facing back and to have the wheel on the inside. Just looking at it now, I don't think there's anything I can change or swap around to do this. You'll notice that one's to the back, but it's sitting way crooked here, so I think they gave me 2 left wheels. You'll see where the tires are in relation to each other. You'll see this spindle, I think, is correct, that it's the tires on the inside and it's sloped backward. That one over there, it's sloped forward, and we need it to be sloped back. And I don't think taking the tire off the axle, no, it has to be, there must be a right and a left spindle here, and they gave me 2 left, 2 left spindles. Just what I can see here, I have to call the dealer and find out what's going on. Should have them run the other one up. I don't think I should have to run forward. But yeah, this one I think is correct, that this is how it should be pitched back according to the book. And that one, it's just going forward. Now that one, if I would take it off and put it on this side, then it would be pitched back. And then there's no point taking this one off and putting it over there, because then it would be pitched forward. So yeah, I think I got 2 left wheels. Oh, all right. I don't know when I'll get the other one. So we're just going to let this here. Hopefully, I have to check to make sure. I want to make sure, because there are right and left tedder arms on here. I want to make sure I have the right amount for each side. I guess I got to double check this stuff. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Just looking at it, there's nothing I can do right now. I need a different wheel. So I'll have to take that one off and see if there's another one that's pitched the right way. Good thing I put anti-seize on it. I'll give it back to him like that. Oh, I guess that's where we're going to end the video. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. All right, guys, thanks for watching. All right, just one note on the end of the video. I misspoke. This one is correct. They are supposed to pitch forward. So the spindle is supposed to go forward, and your tire is on the inside. So looking at the book, this one's correct. That one that's pitched back isn't right. So it doesn't matter right or left. If they have another one at the dealership in the crate yet, all we got to do is exchange one of my wheels for one of theirs, because this one belongs on the other tedder that came in. Like I say, there's nothing I can do to change it. It's the way that to get that one to pitch forward, the only thing you're going to do, yeah, taking the tire off isn't going to do any good, because it's bolted on this way. All you could do is put it on this side, and then yeah, there's nothing you can do. I need the other wheel. So this is correct. I did want to make that correction here. They do have it in the book that it comes down and pitches forward. So this one's right. So they gave me 2 right wheel assemblies. So I need to exchange one of the left ones, or at least compare the 2 to see if it's different. But it's just not right. This wheel's here, and that wheel's sticking back a lot further. So, all right, that's where I'll end the video. Just want to make a correction. All right, guys, so just a side clip here. I adjusted the cable on this parking brake, so I want to test it for two things here. I have a hill here. We're going to go up the hill, and I want to first make sure it's not too tight. I want to make sure the tractor's still going to freewheel. So we go about halfway up, push in the clutch, and we roll backwards. So that's good. That tells me that I didn't tighten it too tight. So let's go about halfway up again. We will stop, hold our brakes, put it in neutral, pull our brake on all the way. And that tells me it needs more adjustment. Oh, there, caught. Yeah, it needs a little bit more adjustment. So it's not too tight. I can go some more on it. So just a little quick tip there on adjusting the park brake. I have to go a little bit more, and I want to make sure it's not binding up.